What's going on, y'all? It's your boy RickyMoto. Welcome back to yet another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, because I certainly am. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you should ride a motorcycle. And this video is more like dedicated to car guys specifically. I feel like there's a lot of differences between car guys and bike guys. But the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I noticed recently it's been trending that a lot of car guys are switching over to bikes. I used to do valet, and a lot of the guys, they're all car guys, and that's the reason why they're doing valet. But recently, almost half of them just bought bikes, and it's crazy. You know, a lot of car guys are getting into bikes, and I think that's super dope. And I wanted to share a couple of points of why you should ride a motorcycle and why people like bikes nowadays. Now, jumping right into it, you know, I think bikes are just so fun to ride. You know, like, I understand the feeling of driving a car and like enjoying going on a cruise, but going on a cruise on a bike is just completely different. You know, your perception of speed is different. The way you feel is different because you're so open. Everything just feels way more raw, and there's a lot more adrenaline that you can get out of it. People always describe riding motorcycles as a very freeing experience. And, you know, it's completely true, because you have total control of a machine that's so lightweight. You could do basically whatever you want with it, you know? It just feels more like a toy instead of like an actual vehicle for transportation, you know? Like a car, yeah, you can use it kind of like a toy, have some fun, you know, go hit some back roads, hit some corners with it. But at the end of the day, it's still a transportation device, you know? Bikes, yes, you can transport on them, but they were designed with the focus of, you know, entertainment first. It's a recreational vehicle. Another thing is the power to price ratio, even the power to weight ratio. Bikes are significantly cheaper than cars are, and you don't have to do a lot to them for them to be quick. Even if you buy like a base model bike, like let's say an R3, like a 300cc bike, that's already faster than most of the standard cars on the road, and you're only spending like $5,000. And if you get like an R7 or anything around like a mid-weight bike for like just around 10K or less, you have the performance of like a supercar. You know, it's pretty insane how much power you can get for so little money on a bike, which is why I think if you want performance, if you want speed, if you want that instantaneous, you know, torque, you can get all that with such a small package and such a low price. Bikes are also just cheap to maintain. You know, there's a lot of people who have sports cars, including myself. I have a M4. They're nice and all that, but once you have to start paying for it, it's a pain in the ass. You know, first of all, these cars are expensive. If something breaks on them, you're spending thousands of dollars, or if you do it yourself, you're still spending a good amount of money on parts and just the time to actually fix it up. Bikes are super cheap. An oil change, if you do it yourself, is going to cost you like 20 bucks in materials. And it's also just a lot easier. You don't have to like crawl under a car or whatever. Like, you just take off a fairing piece and bada bing bada boom. The cost of maintenance, the cost of ownership is so much cheaper on a bike, which makes it a really affordable sort of hobby. Gas is super cheap too. Like, for me to fill up this whole entire tank is going to cost me just like 10 bucks, and I get like 50 miles per gallon, and it takes like 3.5 gallons. Also, that varies, you know, on what bike you have. You know, some bikes are more fuel efficient than others, but generally bikes are typically more fuel efficient than a car. If you're on a budget and if you just want something sporty, something fun to enjoy, bikes are perfect for that. Also, there's a lot more stuff you can even do with a bike, you know? Like, you can carve corners, you can really go low, you can lean. The amount of maneuverability that you get out of a bike compared to a car is just a no-brainer, you know? It's a lot smaller, parking is easier. I never complained about traffic on a bike. Doesn't matter if there's a lot of cars on the road or not, I'm still gonna get to places, point A to point B, a lot quicker than I would in a car. That's, of course, if you're, you know, lane splitting and like squeezing through in between cars. And it's not legal here in New York, but, you know, in places like California, lane splitting is legal. Like, for example, all right, let's break some laws here just to show you guys. Let's say we're gonna be stuck here in traffic on a car. Well, guess what? On a bike, just go whoop. You know, what is traffic? There is no such thing as traffic on a bike, man. You can just go right through everyone. So if you're late for work, whatever, if you gotta get to places, if you have a booty call, just bada bing bada boom. That's another reason why you should get a bike, man. Like, you could do so much with it. It's so much more versatile. Now, the only downside I can really think of on a bike is, one, the weather conditions. You know, if it's raining, snowing, whatever, it's gonna be a pain in the ass because you can't really ride. You're gonna be freezing your ass off, and on top of that, whatever precipitation that's happening is gonna go right onto your body. Another thing is storage. You know, you can't really bring much with you. You can probably get a little cabin piece in the back, like a little box, but still, you're not gonna be carrying more than what a backpack can carry. I think motorcycles can actually improve your driving skill. And the reason why I say that is because riding a motorcycle requires a lot more awareness on the road. Like, you gotta be you know, super dialed in and focused on, you know, every obstacle, every escape point. And you're constantly scanning the road with your eyes left and right. And I definitely feel that after I ride it for a bit and I hop back in my car, my driving abilities and my reflexes are significantly improved. Trains you and builds that muscle memory as to how to react to certain situations. So I feel like riding a motorcycle can really improve your driving skills. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to share a couple of these points as to why I think riding a motorcycle is beneficial for you, or why you should ride in general. There's a lot of pros and there's also a couple of cons, but I feel like the pros outweigh the cons significantly. Now, if I had to choose one vehicle, like let's say I can only have a bike or only have a car, I would still probably stick with a car just because it's more practical. Second vehicle, or a third, I think getting a bike is absolutely amazing. You don't have to ride it every day. You don't have to commute on it every single day. If you want to, you could. But it's like a nice fun weekend toy. And also gives you the ability to just be outdoors. You know, I grew up as a very outdoorsy kid. I grew up in a time period where, you know, technology wasn't at its most advanced stage. So I didn't really have, you know, computers and games and phones to be looking at all day long. So a majority of my childhood was outdoors. And so by riding, it kind of helps me reconnect with that sort of childish, you know, adventurous kind of feeling. Being out in the open, experiencing the world, experiencing, you know, the air, getting the sunlight. I think all these are really nice attributes to riding a motorcycle. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to share a couple points as to why I think riding is super cool, and I think you guys should get into it. Of course, ride safe, guys. Be careful, don't get yourself hurt. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on this video. If you have any comments or, you know, more points that you guys have if you ride, put it in the comment section below, and, you know, let's start a whole discussion feed. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as turning on those post notifications to see when I upload. And with that being said, it's been your boy RickyMoto, and I'll see you in our next video. Peace.